What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's DripGodDero, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So first and foremost, I want to say it feels good to be back in action and back on my regular schedule. As you guys could tell, last week I didn't really put out too many videos because life hit a nigga hard. But hey, we back on the grind. We back in action. And I hope you guys did also notice that I did also upload the daily NBA bet odds earlier this morning. I'm back on that. The reason I did stop is because for some reason they weren't actually showing the betting odds in the morning for some reason. So I did have to wait a couple of days until I could actually just start putting those up daily so that you guys can be, reminded and take notice of the NBA betting odds every morning. But for today's video, I got an exciting topic for you guys. It will be Bleacher Report ranking the NBA's most disappointing stars this season. So I definitely feel like this is an interesting topic for all of us to check out. And hey, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so as you guys can see, we are on BleacherReport.com. Shout out to them for the fire content, and shout out to Dan Favell. Shout out to him. He's the person who actually created the article, and he actually wrote it up 2 days ago. So let's take a look at these stars. But before we do take a look at these stars, I'm about to give y'all my stars that I feel like might make the list. So definitely, I think Fred VanVleet, he will make the list because he has definitely had a very disappointing season. Who else I feel like will make this list this year? That's a good one. Maybe Kyrie, maybe. I feel like his year hasn't been all that spectacular this year. Who else? Who else? Of course, Russell Westbrook, but do we even consider him a star? That's three right there. Trae Young, I don't know, cause Trae Young, he's still playing all right, but his efficiency has been kinda hit or miss. One game he might go off, the other game he might, be trash. Well, not trash, but y'all know, like his efficiency might be kinda ass. But anyways, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. And just so you guys know, I will paraphrase. I know we ain't all trying to be here reading a whole article. I know a lot of y'all don't like to read, man. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. All right, so at number 5, it's Kyle Lowry of the Miami Heat. Now, I could definitely respect this opinion. We do got to keep in mind that he is 36, and they did also point that out right here, that he is 36 going on 37. So it's kind of like a what you expect. Similar, also, it's pretty much the same thing with CP3 to me. He's like 37, 38. Like, come on, bro, what you kind of expect? But I could see why they chose him, though. They did shout out his defense, which he is still pretty solid at. It does say right here, this player still bleeds through on defense. Lowry remains someone who pursues and pesters and irritant with little regard for bodily harm. And then, hey, he is a good player when it comes to taking charges as well. But based on what I am paraphrasing, it's looking like the main thing that's, really holding him back this year is just efficiency. He only has been shooting 33.3%. So that's the thing that they really knocking him for, because as we know, Kyle Lowry in the past years, he has been a great shooter. But anyways, let's keep it moving. It looks like he's also committing turnovers as well. So yeah, let's keep it moving. I feel like this one is to be expected. Kyle Lowry, he's an older player. Let's keep it moving. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks. I think it's going to be for the same reasons I said, that pretty much it's like he'll have a game where he goes off, but then he'll have a game where we all know he's trash defensively, but besides that, it's like his efficiency when it comes to his scoring sometimes just hasn't been there this year. But let's take a look at it. All right, so it's pretty much as I said. He's only shooting 33% on his triples, as you guys can see right there. And let's see what else they got. They're pretty much stating that Young's fit with DeJounte Murray is not an unmitigated disaster or even a disaster at all. They are confidently winning the games with the minutes they play, but when they're not on the floor, it looks like they're losing. So, all right, let's keep it moving down. All right, I'm about to read right here. To what end Young is responsible remains to be seen. Catch and shoot looks continue to account for a negligible amount of his usage, and he's not pinballing around away from the rock. At least some of that, if not most of it, falls on the recently dismissed Nate McMillan. He has never been known as the most inventive head coach. But there is enough, shall we say, awkward reporting on the relationship between Young and McMillan that we have assumed both bear responsibility. So pretty much they're saying that they feel like the reason that the offense can, be hit or miss so much is due to their offense not really having too much imagination in it. It's just pick and roll Young or pick and roll Murray. That's literally the epitome of their offense. So I feel like they're pretty much somewhat blaming Trae Young for that. And me personally, I feel like that's not really his fault. It's Nate McMillan's fault. And it should definitely be interesting to see how Quinn Snyder changes this offense. This could either go very well or it could go very bad. But yeah, he has somewhat had a disappointing year. Let's keep it moving. Fred VanVleet, yup. And it's really same thing with Trae Young, just efficiency. But as we know, Fred VanVleet, he was never as good as Trae Young, so it's even worse. Let's read into it. Fred VanVleet's disappointment is anchored almost solely on his outside shooting. The rest of his game remains largely intact. That pretty much tells us everything we need to know, man. That pretty much tells us everything we need to know. Well, I'm going to start reading right here. As of right now, the outside shooting, though, has yet to really come around. Small bursts of high efficiency are swiftly derailed by a 2 of 7 or worse clip from beyond the arc. VanVleet drilled 37.9% of his threes last season and was at 38.2% from deep for his career entering this year. He is comfortably under 34% from behind the rainbow in the 2022-2023 season. So, yeah, that's the main thing when it comes to him, just his efficiency behind the arc, man. He has really been struggling from there, and it's to be expected. But let's keep it moving. Who else we got on here? Ben Simmons. Do we really need to speak on this? If Ben Simmons not injured, he's, really not producing. And this is sad, man, to be honest. It's really sad how much of a downturn Ben Simmons' career has went, man. One play, pretty much. Let's just keep it a band. One play has caused so much of a downturn in this man's career. One play where he didn't score the ball and instead passed it has literally ruined his career. And it's crazy, bro. It's literally crazy. But I really don't feel like we really need to read into it. As we know, his game is just weird. I'm gonna just say that, man. He hasn't really developed much. He's gotten worse when it comes to actually being aggressive. And what else do I even have to say? His defense has kind of taken a step back due to the injuries. Oh, man. He has had a crazy career. What else can I say, bro? It's crazy. But let's keep it moving, man. I don't feel like we really need to talk too much about it. He just hasn't been that aggressive. And he's been injured. And Yeah, man. Let's keep moving. Number 1, Rudy Gobert. I just feel like it's just a bad fit, man. I don't feel like it's that Rudy Gobert is doing anything wrong or doing anything different. To be honest, I just feel like it's a bad fit, man. There's not enough spacing when it comes to this team. It's just not, bro. It's not. And then to make matters worse, to me, there aren't great enough pick and roll players on this team. Like, you don't really have too many pick and roll threats besides Anthony Edwards. Also, I do want to say that I believe it's somewhat coaching as well. I feel like they aren't really using Gobert to his full potential when it comes to the defensive end as well. They're not sending the ball handlers and the drivers towards him in a sense, man. So I definitely feel like that's another thing that's really making Gobert look like he isn't as good as he once was. Another final thing is, of course, we know that he is making a lot of money. And this isn't a knock on him in my honest opinion. If somebody is offering you $38 million, why not go for it, man? Like, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. If they feel like you're that valuable, I'm going to take it. And I'm sure y'all would too. So I feel like he hasn't necessarily gotten worse. And I wouldn't even really consider this year disappointing because, like I said, I just feel like the Timberwolves, they're utilizing him the wrong way. Simple as that. They are utilizing him the wrong way. But if you enjoyed this video, like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff, and I'm out. Peace.